This is my high school advice from my experiences from the past 4 years. School is what you make of it. There were definitely some times where I was crying because I was struggling, so if you need some inspo, you can always check out mine at Nicole. Every student works and learns differently. Who you surround yourself with is so important. Emotions are gonna come out of nowhere. It's never a bad thing to ask for help. Drama. Friends, because they're not actually your friends if they're fake and toxic. Now I'm going to be talking about relationships. Let me tell y'all, the best reaction is no reaction at all. These people, they need to like go to therapy or something. But I've never said this on my channel before, but I might as well. It's Nicole and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to episode 13 of Farewell Senior Season. I cannot believe we're on episode 13. We're only 2 more episodes away from my graduation. But today's video is going to be a high school advice video from a graduating senior. I've gotten so many requests over the years to do advice for freshmen, sophomores, juniors, seniors, all the above. So I've decided to just compile it all into one video. This is my high school advice from my experiences from the past 4 years. Obviously, everyone's high school experience is different and you're gonna learn so many different things, but this is my take on everything. Take everything with a grain of salt, whether you're going to high school, whether in high school, even if you're out of high school. Maybe something in this video I hope can relate to you and maybe you can take it with you. With all that being said, let's get started because I have a lot to talk about. So I hope you guys enjoy this episode and let's get into high school advice. My first piece of advice is to document as much of your experience as possible. As you guys know, I am always taking photos, always filming videos and posting, of course, just because I feel like there's so much going on all the time during high school. And maybe this is just senior me talking because I'm experiencing all of my last moments, but I've just been so grateful to be able to capture a lot of these moments and keep them in a safe place. So I totally recommend taking photos, taking videos, and saving these memories. And one of my favorite places to save them is Instagram and Instagram highlights. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, it's at lindalaeno, and I love posting on the feed, of course, but I love the highlights especially just because they kind of act as like a digital memory book. That's how I look at them. I wanted to show you guys how it looks like on my Instagram. So this is my profile, and if you look at all of the circle tabs on here, those are my Instagram highlights, and as you can see, I have a lot, and I've been doing this for a very long time just because I love them so much. So I do them by month, so every time I post on my story, I will add it to that month's highlight. I've seen a lot of people do like each year of high school, like a freshman year highlight, sophomore year, and so on and so on, and I think that's a really good idea as well. I think the amazing thing though about the highlights is that you can really just customize it to any category and again create like a digital memory book of those highlights. But my first highlight is all the way back to January 2021, which was in the middle of my freshman year, and so we're gonna not look at those just so that we can look at some like more recent photos, but like those are on my profile if I ever want to look back at freshman year. But let's reminisce on senior year because farewell senior season. So let's look at September 2023 because this was the beginning of my senior year. So as you can see, this is the first spirit week of senior year. A bunch of pictures with my friends and ASB. Oh my goodness. Oh, pictures from football games, senior sunrise, and more spirit weeks. Oh my gosh, I love these photos. And then in the following months, more pictures from football games, class comps, my senior year spring break. Like there are just so many memories and I'm so glad that I've been able to keep them and look back at them in my Instagram highlights. And then of course with May and June being the most recent ones, this is like the end of my senior year and all of the last moments with all my best friends and everything. And I think the best thing about keeping all these memories so close to me too, I mean like it's literally just on my phone, I can look at them anytime, is I get to reflect on them and see how much growth has taken place. Because honestly, looking back at like my September highlights, I feel like I was a whole different person because so much has happened since the beginning of senior year, and I'm just thinking of all the experiences that I've learned from. It's almost like bittersweet, you know? It's like sad because I loved all those memories and they were all so much fun in the moment, but then also happy because I'm just grateful that they happened and that they taught me something. So whatever grade you're in for high school, or even if you're out of high school, Instagram highlights is just a great way to keep and save all of these memories. They're so easy to use, and honestly I feel like they're a part of my routine now. Like every time I post a story, I'll add it to my highlights. And you guys know I love doing like my monthly recaps, so then I can look back at all the videos and pictures that I posted and just remember all of these amazing memories. So I definitely recommend starting your own Instagram highlights. If you need some inspo, you can always check out mine at Nicole. But yeah, definitely recommend documenting as much as possible. My next piece of advice is to be open to involving yourself in all that your school has to offer. So with this, I'm talking about join clubs, join certain classes, join a sports team, go to all the events and activities. I find that you experience so much and meet a lot of people if you learn to put yourself out there. And trust me, I get it. High school can be very intimidating, especially if you're like baby little freshman and you're just starting out, like personally, I've been there. When I was a freshman, we were fresh out of COVID, so like no one knew what was going on, but high school is going to be so much more enjoyable if you are a part of things. For me, as you guys know, I've been a part of the leadership program all 4 years of high school. So freshman and sophomore year, I joined student council. Junior and senior year, I did ASB, and they literally like made my high school journey. I've had so many memories from being in these classes, and I also met and became close with the most amazing people, my bestest friends, and I just couldn't imagine me not doing it in high school. Like they're just such a huge part of it. And even other things, like I joined some clubs freshman year, I was on the dance team freshman and sophomore year, and even if they didn't work out or I didn't do them all 4 years, I'm still glad that I did them and I was a part of them. Because trust me, you're gonna regret not doing anything at all rather than trying something and seeing if it works for you or not. But I think overall, I've learned that school is what you make of it, and I've had so many good times, and I think it's because I've tried to put myself out there and meet people and be a part of things like classes and clubs and activities, going to the sports events like football games or the high school dances like homecoming and prom. Like you can control how your high school experience goes, and I think by joining these things will make it so much more positive and so much more fun. Personally, they like gave me a reason to be like excited to go to school. My next piece of advice is to find an organizing system that works for you in order to stay on top of all your priorities. High school is busy. There's no doubt in that. I feel like there's always something going on, whether you're in regular classes, whether you're in advanced classes, you know, there's APs, there's honors, whether you're playing a sport, whether you have extracurriculars, like there is so much happening, and it can be very easy to get stressed and overwhelmed and not be on top of your stuff. But you guys know how I feel about organizing. Personally, I love like having routines, being productive, like that makes me feel my best. And so I'm so grateful that over the 4 years, I've found an organizing system that works for me in order to stay on top of all the priorities that I had. This could be using a planner, a physical one like a notebook, or even a digital one on your laptop. You could use to-do lists. You guys know I love my to-do list. Even just like the notes app on your phone, like find a system that works for you and stick to it. I promise you it's going to save you so much time and so much worrying, because you'll be like, oh, this week I have a math test, so I need to account for these days to study, or this week I have a basketball game, so I need to get my homework done earlier so I can make it to practice, and blah 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 blah. I just think whether you like it or not, your schedule is going to get very busy in high school, so it's very important to be organized and stay on top of your stuff. My next piece of advice is to build healthy study habits that set you up for success. This kind of ties into like finding an organizing system that works for you. You also need to find the study habits that work for you. Every student works and learns differently, so it is up to you to find the best way possible that you learn and you test. This could be in terms of your note taking, whether you study by yourself or with people, the amount of procrastination you tend to have, just overall being aware of your habits and what works for you. Personally, I felt the most confident in the classes where I really tuned in on my listening during class. I took really good notes so that when I went home, I could study and look over those notes, do my homework easily, and then also if I have any questions, I can ask the next day to my teacher. It depends on the class, but your notes could be either on like a notebook or your laptop, but I just always found that like having good notes is gonna save you, because you can always look back at them and prepare and study them before you have tests. In terms of studying though, I recommend both studying by yourself or with people. I think studying by yourself can be very productive. You know what you need to get done, so just do it yourself. But then at the same time, having a group of people to study with is also super fun and could be productive if you make it productive. Because let's just say like another classmate might have more knowledge on you on a certain subject, so they could help you out, or vice versa. Like you can always learn from each other. So obviously don't like rely on other people in order to study. Have your own study habits, but also know studying with your classmates is also a really great resource. And then on the topic of procrastination, everyone does it. Everyone procrastinates. It's inevitable. Like I do it all the time, and even though it makes me overwhelmed and stressed, I still do it, which I really don't understand. But try your best to stop yourself from procrastinating. You know, if you have a homework assignment that's due, when you get home, just finish it right then and there. Don't be sitting on the couch. Don't be taking your after school nap. Don't be scrolling on TikTok for 3 hours, because yes, I've been there. I'm guilty of it. Trust me, you're gonna feel so much better if you just get your stuff done. Cramming sometimes works for some people, but I definitely do not recommend. Take the time for yourself to really do your assignments, really take good notes so that you're setting yourself up for success. My next piece of advice is do not be afraid to ask for help. Honestly, this is something that I still struggle with sometimes, but I try to remind myself that there's a community around you and that there are always people that are willing to help and support you. I don't know why I do this, but sometimes I feel just like intimidated almost to go out of my way and ask for help. I don't know if I'm like scared of judgment or like, I don't know, but I try to tell myself that if you are in need of help, if you are struggling, it's never a bad thing to ask for help. Except if you're like asking silly little questions. Like obviously if your teacher just said something and you ask like what they literally just said, Like, that's a silly question. I'm not talking about that. I'm saying if you have a problem and you want to fix it, you can get support from the community around you. And this community, it can include your teachers, the staff in the office, your classmates, your friends, your family. I think just even knowing that you have support around you not only will give you more confidence in what you do, but will also help you achieve what you want. I'll give you guys an example. So this year, senior year, I took AP Calculus AB. It wasn't the easiest class for me. There were definitely some times where I was crying because I was struggling, but I am so grateful that I ended up asking my math teacher for help, and he was literally the most supportive and helpful person. I basically asked him if he had any free time to, answer any questions that I had or just help me out with a certain problem, and he would meet with me. He would meet with me before class started, at lunchtime. We even had like a little morning group that would go. It was like me and a couple of friends, and it helped so much. I ended up getting the grade that I wanted and doing better in the class. I think just overall, I was just proud of myself for getting the help that I needed, because if I didn't, I would just be struggling even more and it would just get worse. So I'm forever grateful for my math teacher and like my classmates that helped me out this year. In terms of asking teachers for help, honestly, if you show them that you're putting in the effort, like if you're doing the homework assignments, you're doing practice problems, and you're still not really getting the grade that you want, ask them if they have any other resources or practice problems or any notes that they could lend you to look over. I notice teachers love when students just put in the effort and try their best, and if you let them know that you need help, hopefully they are there to support and help you. Next piece of advice is to prioritize your mental health. This is such an important one, and I feel like mental health, it's starting to get talked about more, but honestly just like not enough still. Your mental health is so important. I'm just gonna keep saying it. Your mental health is so important, and with being in high school, with how much is going on, the stress from classes, the stress from people, you need to make sure that you're also taking care of yourself and your mental health, because there will be times where it plummets and it won't be in the right place. So for this, I advise you to always remind yourself of the things that you can and can't control. Personally, for me, I am the type of person, I don't know why I do this either, but I will put a lot on my plate. I will say yes to a lot of things and think that I have the time to fit all of the stuff that I want to in my schedule, but sometimes I just don't. So knowing what you can and can't control, if you can take a few things off your plate, do it. If it's gonna take some stress off of you, do it. This could also be in terms of people too. If this one girl is talking bad and she's just completely draining your energy, it's taking a toll on your mental health, remind yourself what you can and can't control. You can't control how she carries herself, how she thinks, or how she talks, but you can control how much you choose to surround yourself with that person. I think another thing that will help prioritizing your mental health is taking time for yourself. Again, high school is so busy and there's just so many things to worry about, but something that always helps me is kind of just like taking a step back, taking a breather and being like, okay, I'm stressed right now. How can I just relieve some without like draining myself with more work? Because I say this all the time, you cannot give your 100 if you're at 50. So in order to be your best self, you need to take time for yourself and do the things that will make you happy and not just be go, go, go all the time. Over the 4 years, I've realized that we are human and we cannot complete tasks like 24/7. There were so many times in high school where I had like a bunch of breakdowns, but my mom would be there and be like, look, let's go out and get some ice cream or get a cookie. And it would just help, like taking 15 minutes to go outside, take a walk, get some yummy food, or like pet your dog. I don't know, just things that make you happy can shift your mindset and get back to what you need to. More examples of what I like to do to prioritize my mental health is do some journaling, go on my Bible app and pray, going to the gym and exercise, taking dance classes and doing what I love. All of these things, aside from all of the stress that life comes with and high school comes with, it just makes me feel so much better and overall helps me because I am taking care of myself. Next piece of advice is you are a product of your environment. I love this sentence so much. I'll just say it one more time. You are a product of your environment. This is talking about who you surround yourself with. Who you surround yourself with is so important in life in general, but especially high school, because so many people, we're just figuring things out in high school. Like we don't know what's happening most of the time. So it's really important to surround yourself with the right people. In terms of friendships, let me just give you an example. Let's say you're friends with Nelly and she becomes negative Nelly and she's constantly talking bad about people, always has a pessimistic compared to optimistic view on things, and she's just mean, like disrespectful, just flat out mean to people. Guess what? If you hang out with negative Nelly over here, you're gonna turn into negative Nelly as well. You are a product of your environment. The more time that you spend with certain people, that's a reflection of you. But then it also works vice versa. If you're friends with, let's see, what's a P name? Patricia, and she's all positive, she's very sweet and kind to people, she's got her priorities straight, you know, she gets her work done and she does good in school. Like, hang out with positive Patricia. She's gonna help you become a better person, become a better version of yourself, and that's what we are looking for. Friendships are supposed to be genuine and loyal and trustworthy and supportive, happy for you. Your circle around you is supposed to uplift you, not bring you down, not talk bad behind your back, not spread rumors and gossip about you. You're supposed to head to school and be happy and excited to hang out with your friends. Oh, and this is another thing, quality versus quantity. Oh my goodness. I feel feel like there's so many things I have to say about friendships because I've just been through so many different relationships with people, but quality over quantity. 2 good friends is so much better than having 20 fake toxic friends because they're not actually your friends if they're fake and toxic. Let me just give you some personal experience so you can see where I'm relating from. A part of the reason why I didn't really like my sophomore year was because of the people I chose to surround myself with. I was getting caught up in the wrong crowds and I was just trying to fit in with like the popular people and like, you know, trying to be friends with like not the most genuine. And guess what? Did not end well. I found myself not liking the type of person I was turning into because it was a negative Nelly situation. A bunch of negative Nellies were passing their traits onto me and I just became someone I didn't recognize, I didn't like. But then junior and senior year, this is when I finally realized how important like genuine people and genuine friendships are. You shouldn't be chasing people to be friends with because you think they're cool or because they're popular in everyone's eyes. Again, be friends with people that are actually good people and that add more help than harm into your life. I don't know, I feel like I could go on and on about this topic, but overall know that you're a product of your environment. Who you surround yourself with is so important because you're gonna act like them, and that's up to you to decide how you want to act and who you want to be as a person. My next piece of advice is know your worth. And bouncing off of friendships, this could also apply to those, but now I'm going to be talking about relationships. I've never said this on my channel before, but I might as well. Farewell senior season, you're getting exclusive content, only the best for y'all. Okay, so, oh my god, how do I even say it? I dated in high school, I was in relationships. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm saying that. Are you guys surprised or you're not? I don't know. But I'd like to say I do not think dating in high school is a bad thing whatsoever. These relationships can give you so much experiences and also teach you so much, not only about yourself, but also like the people that you want in your life and like your standards. I am single right now, but I will just forever be grateful for the relationships that I had in high school. No hate, no beef, all love to those guys. Seriously, I've learned so much, and I definitely wouldn't have if I didn't date them. But I say know your worth because if you do decide to date in high school, just remember that you're still very young. Like what, a freshman is like 14 or 15? That is so young. I didn't date until sophomore year, I'll say that. There's no right age for dating. That's not the point of this advice though. But you're so young and you still have so much to learn. Like you're still figuring things out yourself and there's so much life to live. So sometimes if you are in a relationship, you know, things could be a little rocky. You could lose your path, lose your way, and that's just gonna happen, especially if it's like your first relationship. And there were so many fun and good moments that I've had, but with these relationships, I just noticed that I didn't like the person I was becoming when I was in them. You know, like my values weren't prioritized as much, my self-confidence was low. I was affecting a lot of people around me and just like my mental health in general. So it's so important to know your worth and know what you deserve. Anyone who's watching this right now, you are special and you deserve so much love. And again, ask yourself, is it more helpful or hurtful to your life to be with this person? Because when you are dating in high school, or even again towards friendships, like these people in your life, they should make you a better version of yourself and they should support and uplift you and care for you. So please, if I could say one thing, and if you do date in high school, just know your worth. And if you lose your way, it's okay, it's gonna happen in life, but put in the effort to find your way again and get back to a better place where you are working on yourself to better yourself every single day. And my next piece of advice is no reaction is the best reaction. This whole piece of advice is about drama. Drama. High school, there is going to be drama. Like procrastination, this is also inevitable. Like there are just so many people, like people are bound to talk, people are bound to gossip. There's gonna be drama. Please try your best to stay out of drama as much as possible. Obviously, there are times to stick up for yourself and say what you need to, but if you see negative Nelly talking bad about someone when it's just so unnecessary and they do not need to be doing that, don't engage, don't add to that conversation. Go hang out with positive Patricia and talk good about people. But when I say the best reaction is no reaction, under the category of drama, there are going to be toxic and mean people, and they could be like negative Nelly and they're talking bad about you. Let me tell y'all, the best reaction is no reaction at all. These people who are being mean, who are being bullies, they just want a reaction from you. Obviously, they're struggling with something in their lives because they feel the need to like talk bad about you or do something mean to you, but they are just looking for a reaction from you. So for example, if negative Nelly was like, oh my gosh, Nicole is so annoying, she just sucks as a person, I don't know, she sucks as a person, blah blah blah. If I start crying, negative Nelly's gonna be like, yes, like she sucks, she's sensitive, she's a crybaby. Like negative Nelly wins, you know? I didn't expect to use negative Nelly like this whole video. video, but she's just a main character. But that's what the mean people want. They want you to react to them and they want that power over you, which just sucks. And like these people, they need to like go to therapy or something. But there are so many unnecessary people and they do not deserve your time and energy. So why give them a reaction? People ask me like how I deal with hate, and thankfully my community is so positive and I love you guys so much. You guys always say like the sweetest things, but if I ever do come across hate, I'm just like, these people don't matter in my life, so why should their opinion? Again, knowing that they're probably struggling with something because they can't just simply be nice, which is so easy. Just be nice, you guys. Like honestly, it takes more effort to be mean to someone than to be nice. Just smile at people and give them compliments. What was I even saying? Oh my god, I'm going on so many tangents. But your life will be so much more enjoyable, much more peaceful if you choose the right people to give your time and energy towards. So look at the people in your life, determine if they deserve a reaction from you or not, and if they don't give them anything. Just shoo them away. Because if you think about it, after a while, if Negative Nelly, she keeps talking bad about me, but I'm not giving her anything, if I'm not giving her any attention at all, she's gonna be like, Nicole like won't say anything back, like okay, I'll just go pick on another girl. Hopefully she doesn't pick on anyone else, but it'll kind of like turn off the mean people because they're not getting anything out of you. So stay out of drama as much as possible and don't give reactions to people who don't deserve it. All right, you guys, and my last piece of advice is prepare yourself for senior year. And I thought this one was very fitting, especially for the last one, just because I'm graduating in literally a few days, and I wanted to mention all of this because no one prepared me for all of the things that you go through senior year. And I'm talking about the emotions. And yeah, I feel like I am a very emotional person, like that's just known, but senior year is just packed with so many things and you might go through a lot. So I'm just here to prepare you because no one warned me and I was like this the whole year. So first things first, college. Even if you're a freshman or a sophomore listening to this, just know, trust the process, try your best in your classes and your extracurriculars, and you will end up where you're supposed to end up. If you guys witnessed my college journey, you guys know that it was a roller coaster. I had a dream school, got rejected, I felt all of the disappointment and the sad emotions. Now I am going off to SCSU. I am more excited than ever, and I just know God had a plan for me and he's sticking to it, and I trust his more than my plan. But for any upcoming seniors, just when you open those college decisions, I hope that everything works out how you want them to. But if they don't, if you do get waitlisted or rejected, just know that you are no less than what those decisions say. It's kind of like the same things in grades. If you get a B or a C on a test, like that does not determine the type of person you are. The things that make you you are your efforts and your actions, and it will show. So just try not to be so hard on yourself. That's what I felt after college decisions came out. I felt so heartbroken because I was like rejected. And it's never easy to get rejected. But again, once you feel all those emotions and you let yourself cry it out if you need to, you will come to a place of acceptance and knowing that everything is going to work out how it's supposed to. So that's all I gotta say about college. Good luck to anyone who is about to go into that process. I wish you the best. Next thing about senior year is all of the memories. Kind of like the first piece of advice in this video, but document as much as possible and just enjoy. Senior year, I'm experiencing all of the last, right? Like my last first day of school, last homecoming dance, last class comp, last football games, just everything. It's just the last time I'm doing. And it's sad, you know, like this chapter is coming to an end. And I think I said this in one of the episodes, but like the times where I thought I would cry, I didn't. But times where I didn't think I was gonna cry, I did. So emotions are gonna come out of nowhere. The whole year in general is just sad though. Very bittersweet because this time of your life is coming to an end, but there are so many bright things ahead to look forward to. So just cherish all of the moments, not only in senior year, high school in general, because even if it feels like the biggest problems or this is how life is gonna feel like forever, it won't. This is only 4 years of your life, and what comes after is going to be so exciting, but also don't take it for granted because high school is a time to remember, and even if it's good or bad experiences, everything will teach you something that you can take with you. And then I think the last thing I want to say under this piece is gratitude. Be grateful during your senior year. You know, it's your last one, so be grateful for the people in your life, for the teachers that gave you love and support, for just having the opportunity to get education in general. Overall in life, I just always feel at my best and I feel the most happiest when I'm leading with gratitude. Honestly, even if you're not in senior year, just be grateful in general. And that is all of the high school advice that I have from an almost graduated senior. Give me a couple more days and then I'll be graduated. Seriously, high school, oh my goodness, it's taught me so much, and like I said, I will forever be grateful for all of the good and bad experiences that I've been through. High school is not easy. It's not going to be easy. You're going to go through things, every single person, whether it's friend drama or it's sports, I don't know. You're gonna go through something though, and it's gonna seem tough, but it's going to teach you something that you're gonna use for the rest of your life. And that's why I think I don't have any regrets from high school. Like truly, when I was down deep in the trenches sophomore year, having multiple breakdowns because of like toxic people or AP chemistry, I thought I wasn't gonna make it, honestly, but I did. I got through it. Each single experience experience I had, each single person I met, each single class I took, and made me the person that I am today. So whether you are going to high school, whether you're in high school, or whether you're out of high school, hopefully if you listen to all of this, you can relate to something, take something with you. Again, this is just off of the experiences that I've had in high school. If you have any advice that you would like to share with everyone, go ahead in the comments down below. I love reading your guys' comments and just being in community and being able to chat with each other. So go ahead and share your advice as well. But this is where I'm going to close out this episode. Again, I cannot believe after this episode, we only have 2 more left, you guys, which means I am going to be graduated very soon, and that's just very crazy to me. If you guys stayed till the end of this video, comment down below. Let's do these heart hands right here because this is me giving my advice from my heart to you guys and hoping that you guys can use some of it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment down below, subscribe to my channel, subscribe to the family channel, and turn on all of the post notifications. I will see you guys back with another episode of Farewell Senior Season. I love you guys so much. Stay positive. Bye!